Earlier in July, Shamima Begum gained the property return to the UK. File. London. The UK authorities on Friday gained permission to enchantment in opposition to a courtroom ruling permitting London-born ISIS bride Shamima Begum to return to Britain to problem stripping of her British citizenship. Bangladeshi origin Begum, now 20, was one in all three schoolgirls who fled London to affix ISIS in Syria in 2015. The UK Courtroom of Attraction dominated that the case should go forward to the Supreme Courtroom earlier than she is allowed again into the nation. As a result of the case raised some extent of legislation of public significance that solely the best courtroom can resolve. Sir James Eadie, representing the residents' workplace, instructed the courtroom there was a class situation at stake within the case to determine what to occur when somebody can't have a good enchantment over being stripped of their citizenship as a result of going overseas and aligning with terrorist teams. He mentioned it was a problem of actual urgent public significance, which was maybe the central democratic situation of our occasions. Lord Justice King, the pinnacle of the panel of 3 judges on the UK Courtroom of Attraction, which incorporates Indian origin Lord Justice Rabinder Singh, allowed the permission to enchantment and likewise mentioned that they individually referring the Solar newspaper to the lawyer basic due to a possible contempt of courtroom in publishing a narrative concerning the earlier excessive courtroom judgment within the case earlier this month, permitting Begum re-entry for her authorized combat within the UK. Earlier than it was introduced in courtroom as year, the judges additionally granted Ms Begum's legal professionals permission to call that the absence of a good and efficient enchantment over the citizenship choice didn't essentially imply it needs to be restored. Topic to the Supreme Courtroom accepting that a part of the case. Earlier in July, Ms Begum gained the property return to the UK and stick with it her authorized combat in opposition to the federal government's revocation of her British citizenship on safety grounds. Ms Begum was one of many 3 schoolgirls who fled London to affix ISIS in Syria in 2015. The Courtroom of Attraction judges dominated that she have to be allowed to re-enter and combat her case. Equity and justice should, on the details of this case, outweigh the nationwide safety issues. In order that the depart to enter appeals needs to be allowed, they earlier mentioned. The judges additionally mentioned that the nationwide safety issues about her might be addressed and managed if she returns to the UK. The UK residents' workplace had earlier mentioned the choice was very disappointing and that it could apply for permission to enchantment. Ms Begum, who was 15 years outdated when she secretly fled her house in East London in 2015 to affix the terrorist group in Syria, resides in a camp run by Kurdish forces in northern Syria. The UK Courtroom of Attraction mentioned she had been denied a good listening to as a result of she couldn't make her case from the camp, a particular British immigration tribunal dominated in February that she was a Bangladeshi citizen by descent, which meant that she had not been rendered homeless by former UK Residence Secretary Sajid. Javid's choice to revoke her British citizenship in 2019. Ms Begum had been tracked down in northern Syria in February, final 12 months by the Instances newspaper, when she was 9 months pregnant along with the third little one, who later died. Javid stripped her of citizenship quickly after on the grounds that she may declare Bangladeshi nationality by means of her mother and father, his successor, because the Residence Secretary Priti Patel additionally backed that call and dominated out the prospect of her return to the UK. We can't have individuals who would do us hurt allowed to enter our nation. Check, and that features this lady, mentioned Ms Patel, in reference to Begum, who had pleaded with the authorities to permit her to return to her household within the UK. Below UK legislation, an individual can legally have their citizenship revoked, however they can't be made stateless. The UK authorities maintains that Ms Begum has entry to Bangladeshi twin citizenship by means of her mother and father. Although the Bangladesh authorities has since denied any such rights, Ms Begum left the UK in February 2015 and lived beneath ISIS rule for greater than 3 years. She turned referred to as a so-called ISIS bride as a result of she was married to Yago Riedijk, a Dutch ISIS fighter, quickly after arriving in Syria. Apart from the headline, this story has not been edited by NDTV workers and is printed from a syndicated feed.